Hello, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have come again. This is Friday, and we say happy weekend to you all. If you want to stay safe in life, there are some statements from people that you don't overlook. It's either you confront them to know that, oh, I've heard what you said, or you confront them to say, I don't want to hear this again, or you legally confront them, or you use force to confront them. You understand? Or you send somebody to go and tell them that this I had, I don't want it. Why am I saying all this? It's because Asari DOKUBO has started again. He said that before Mazina Bekano was abducted, nobody has known the history of his abduction by the enemy, by force, because they didn't do it legally. Nobody has known who does what. Mazi has not spoken, all right? He's alive, still in custody today. Now, Asari DOKUBO is now telling people again how he will go to Finland to whisk our prime minister out. Hey, whisk him out to be captured by enemies so that Ndi will be suppressed. Why are they really concerned about Simon Ekpa staying free and staying safe? It's because they have seen the template and how things are unfolding, how serious the guy is, on how he strategically plans things ahead. So they are not comfortable because they know leaving him to continue this way, Nigeria will break. Nigeria will definitely come to an end. Now, what are we going to do to Asari DOKUBO, the men on ground, I ask? Are we going to be leaving him to be ranting on daily basis, on weekly basis? Sometimes he say he's Igbo, sometimes he's Calabari, sometimes he's this, he's that, he's this. Where he's from is not the issue. His person is a threat to Igbo nation, to Ndi Igbo as a whole. He must not be left to be walking up and down freely. That is number one. Number two, on the side of our prime minister, what do you think should happen or should be done to Asari DOKUBO? Or is there anything Asari DOKUBO will do in Finland against you? We want to know. Now, people are reacting on the street, and that's why I brought this. I will leave you to their comments and the relegations about what Asari DOKUBO is saying, the fear and the probable tension in it. Let's hear them out.
He's saying that he's going to smoke Simon Ekpa from Finland before we go to his vow that his children will fight, will be more ruthless to the Igbos than what he's doing now. Do you think he have the capacity to flush out Simon Ekpa from Finland?
Unfortunately, in recent times, Asari DOKUBO has been very reckless, and he has shown deep immaturity in his reasoning, and people are beginning to question actually, whether he is having a kind of mental issues. This is a man who speaks from both sides of the mouth always, and I don't see any reason why at every point in time, because of his supposed relationship with those in power, he always single Igbo Biafrans, to feast on unnecessarily without any form of provocation. That tells you the nature, of his reasoning, which has not been aligning with reality in the first place. Let us look at who he claims he is, even though he says he's his job. He does not have accurate information most times. If you look at him very well, the way he open up his unreasonable thoughts on air, trying to single out always Igbos who have already moved forward, moved beyond the likes of Asari DOKUBO, if he at all exists. He has been having a serious issues, and Asari DOKUBO feel that his popularity, it can only be sustained anytime he mentioned people like Simon Ekpa. He mentioned people, Igbo Biafrans. He talks about all those kind of weak stories about himself and where he come from. We've gone beyond that. Nobody. Asari DOKUBO has become unnecessarily unimportant when it comes to sensibilities and how Igbos operate. It doesn't have what it takes, to make certain threats that he always do. And remember that the core Igbos, especially I'm talking about those in Delta, those in Port Harcourt, they have been watching this development with deep reservation. It's not going to be a threat, because we understand that he is one of our. He has a Igbo blood, a kind of Igbo blood in him, and at every point in time, as Asari DOKUBO raises his voice, some prominent Igbo leaders who are radicals too, who are far 200%, far, beyond what Asari DOKUBO feel he is. They always watch him. Igbos have people like him who can actually take care of him. That's the truth. But we don't see him as someone who only get his stomach infrastructure online anytime he mentions Igbo. He has something to maybe leverage on. But we keep on watching this development with time. I think it will get a certain time. I will ask Asari DOKUBO himself, to come out and define who he is. The questions will be asked. Asari DOKUBO for me, does not make any meaning to any Nigerian anywhere around the world. We do not know what he stood for. We don't. He has nothing to show. As he claimed sometimes he came out and said resource control, militancy, and all that. You can see at the end of the day, he has not been able to sustain himself and the group whom he believes that he's fighting for. And up to today, you can see the level of exploration that is going on there unchecked. So what is happening in Biafran areas in terms of exploration is still going on like that. Talking about the Ogoni cleaning and all the rest, it's still going on. A lot of things is still going on. So what is it that Asari DOKUBO, who claims to be the tiniest head in Biafra, as I'm talking to you, coming out always, with knowing fully well that in his plan of agitation, according to him, resource control or whatever the rubbish he came up with, fared woefully. But today, the Biafra agitation is, taking different dimensions over and over and over and over again. Remember, there was a time him too was dragging a certain position, in the Biafran contest, and a lot of people look at him that this is quite irrelevant in the issue of Biafra, and they pushed him aside. Nnamdi Kanu is already focused. Anybody anywhere, that is genuinely doing the right thing, trying to keep faith alive. In fact, when it comes to okay, let us leave Asari DOKUBO and Simon Ekpa physically to engage themselves while Nigerians watch, Simon Ekpa will pull him down within 2 seconds.
Okay, now.
I mean, a physical contact. So you understand what I'm saying? I think you should begin to realize that we are not just those men are not just ordinary walking stick. Him that comes up every now and then, he will do this, he will do that, he will do that. Threat. What is the provocation? No provocation. But one day, you understand, he should not take it from anybody. That he might, at the end of the day, use his tongue and put himself in a fix that even his great-grandchildren will continue to question the reasoning of his existence.
Okay, now let us look at what he said about, though he said he had been dining with kings and presidents outside the country, but we may not dwell on that for now. Let us look at his decision that his children will be more ruthless to the Igbos, the Biafrans. What do you make of that?
I don't know what he means by his children.
No, he said that he's fighting Biafrans now. That his own children will be more ruthless the way they will fight the Biafran than what he's doing.
That's what I'm saying. Who are his children? Is it all these people he named?
No, he's talking about his biological children.
During interview now, concentrate. Who are his biological children? What is it?
I'm saying he's not giving birth to children.
You should understand what I mean. Is it those kids, or is he talking about the Ijaw people who are loyal to him?
I'm talking about his biological children.
That is quite unnecessary. That is quite how ruthless. How many are they? That we, you know somebody is talking out of inducement. You should be able to understand that his kids will be a threat to Biafra. Do you know what is called Biafra?
He said they will be more ruthless.
I said, what do you mean by ruthlessness? Ruthlessness, are they going to keep Biafrans? That his children will keep Biafrans, or that his children will be
maybe you didn't get it. Maybe you didn't get it.
I don't get to all the children will be a threat to Biafran or that. When you talk about ruthless, what do you mean by ruthless?
He said the way he's fighting the Biafrans. I'm trying to bring this.
Asari DOKUBO actually fighting.
I'm trying to put the question across to you
now. You should understand that this kind of person, we should not give him even relevance.
Then why are we having conversation around him?
Why we are having conversation because you raised it as an issue, and I have to look into it. I have to discuss it. For me, ordinarily, I can't be discussing somebody that has no value to what we are talking about, to the issue of how to restore Biafra. He said his children. Who are his children? How many are there? Is he talking about the Ijaw people? Well, you know, when they were talking about his biological children. How many are they?
I don't know the number.
And that is not unnecessary. Biological children, a threat to Biafra. That is ridiculous anyway. I can't find any point.
Let me ask you this question.
In trying to emphasize that his children, his biological children, will be a threat to Igbos or to Biafrans. I don't understand.
Let me ask you this question. You know that at a point after the inauguration of Mr. President, he visited Asari. And after some time, there were news that he was barred from accessing Asari. Could it be the reason, could it be his approach to issues, the reason he was barred from entering Asari? Because we understand that at a point, he was brandishing some scary weapons, gun, threatening the Igbos generally.
I think it was a case of damage control when Tinubu realized that he has gone reckless, and he was advised, by his men to distance himself from anything that has to do with Asari DOKUBO, and of course, which he has done. I expected by now, if you feel, Asari DOKUBO, if you feel that you have gotten what actually you needed, open up a fight with Igbo Biafra. Let us see what will happen. I challenge you, Asari DOKUBO, you and your children, any form of recklessness, anything. You see, when America wanted to invade, when America wanted to go to Iraq, when Saddam Hussein was the president of that country, when Hussein and the then W. Bush were exchanging words, he was asked, which kind of conventional type of conventional war do you want? Do you want the one that they can use horse with sword? Do you want the one with gun? Do you want the one with? And that is what I'm trying to call. I'm calling Asari DOKUBO now, to open up, get your idiots from the Greeks, they call your children, bring them out, then engage Igbos on normal war. Let us see what will happen. Yes, now, since I've gotten to that level, you understand? Come up with whatever you have. It is time now. Organize your men, recruit them, then come out and declare war. And let us see what will happen. You see, my brother, let me tell you, they said, that a lot of things have been happening, and we understand the direction that pig, Nnamdi Kanu called him a pig, Greek pig, some time ago. You understand? We can understand where he's coming from. We understand those kind of things. But when the time comes of course, he'll be reduced to nothing, including his children. I wish that this kind of interview will get to him. When the time comes, when the Biafrans are ready to do the necessary thing they need to do, is it Asari DOKUBO that is going to stop it? No, I'm asking. Is it not only let us even come to reasoning. Is it somebody like Asari DOKUBO that will stop what Biafrans have decided to do? And let me tell you, I can say it anywhere. There's no inch of the Biafran land that will be given to anybody. There's no inch.
What do you mean inch? Remember that the other time.
I'm telling you, there's no country that will sit down and allow his territory to be taken by fools.
I remember that there were controversy when the judge said their land is not Biafra land.
Let me tell you, if they are saying that, can you just say it tomorrow when you say Ijo, who are predominantly Bayelsans? You know, that's where you find a bit of Ijo people there. Today, you can see what is happening in Port Harcourt, River State. They are going to produce the next Ohanese. River State. The next Ohanese president is going to come from River State. And in the same River State, people will say, he's not evil. Wait, we know what is going on. We know what is going on. We know the influence of Ndoki people in Abia State, the Anang, and some other minorities of quite insignificant numbers that made up Ijo. It's not this Ijo, it's not this IJAW. The real name of Ijo.
Are you going to determine the identity?
No, when we talk about identity, identity has to do with where you are coming from.
Since that you are trying to rename them, change the spelling of Ijo.
Because it's not a matter of renaming them. Let me give you an instance. Anambra State was not called Anambra State. It was Omambala. It was the British that changed it to Anambra. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You understand? The real spelling of Ijo, is it AJAW? That is wrong. Because he doesn't know what he is doing. He believes that creating this kind of atmosphere in order to pinch some unscrupulous elements like him from the north, from the west, against the Igbos. That has always been his target. But unfortunately, he is not aware of the recent development that is about to take place in the entire northern Nigeria now.
And what is that development?
That is for me. It's a private thing. I'm saying, looking at the development so far, and it will get to a point that people like him will just move in, and single them out. All these things he's doing, threatening Igbo Biafrans every day, every now and then, it's still record. He is not in the same level with Nnamdi Kanu. Never. Asari DOKUBO till he dies, he can never be in the same level with Nnamdi Kanu.
What of his threat against Semenukpa?
I say you, my Semenukpa, should come out and do engage in. Let Nigerians, let spectators, let Nigerians come and watch how stupid Asari DOKUBO will look like at the end of the day. I said how stupid Asari DOKUBO will look like, when they engage themselves physically. UFC, let them come and do it in the ring. UFC, no shoe, no this thing, no this thing, not physically. If he feel that is, including his children.
I must say, that is true.
Anybody when you see Simon Ekpa and you look at Asari DOKUBO, you say no. Of course, you know what will happen now.
I must say,
you know what Fela said about it. You know what Fela said about dead body. Dead body must get accident at the end of the day.
We can understand for accident, the body get the accident. I think that's a good way to let it go, Mr. Chinedu Market, if you permit me.
Thank you.
A very funny one at the end of the day said dead body must get accident. Asari DOKUBO does not know his match. Ndị Igbo sịkwa na onye na-akpọ onye ka ya n'ụwa onye nzuzu is only a foolish person that doesn't know who is bigger or greater than him or her. You understand? So, they are not matched. I know Prime Minister will address Asari DOKUBO face to face. I know. Because I want him to address him. You understand? Because you will not allow him to be talking and ranting as if either you're not hearing him or you don't have anything to do to him or to say to him. He's a very wicked guy and a very big stooge in Igbo land. In Ijo land, he's a stooge. In this Biafra struggle, he has been a stooge. And he continues to be. And then at times he claims to be Igbo. It won't change anything that will be done to him because we have known him. He's a very bad figure in our land, in that region. And that brings us to the end of this very video. I want you to please help us to share, like, and subscribe to this channel. God bless you.